Great Wickering Stallions, though.
Great Wickering Stallions!
Doctor Whooves talks, finally.
Oh, so fun.
So much fun. Oh, my God. We see him. The thing is, not only does he talk, but he pretty much carries the episode. The entire storyline hinges on everything he does.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's crazy that they picked that character to base everything that's going on off of. Did you base his personality, his voice, on any particular doctor from that other show that shall not be named? Or was it a mix of a number of the different doctors?
Well, let me tell you the story.
Do it.
That, again, is the story as I know it, but may not, there's a little bit of telephone that goes on because I'm not always privy to what happens behind the glass.
Okay.
But my understanding of it was I talked to Jim Miller ahead of the record, and he said we want you to play this doctor character in the 100th episode. And I said, oh wow, that's great, exciting. Is it? I asked. Is it the Doctor Whooves? And he said, well, we're not calling it that, but yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, that's exciting, that's great. And he said to me, listen, though, there's one thing. They are courting David Tennant because he was in town at the time filming.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were hoping to get him to.
Oh, of course, yeah, you
play
could.
It. And I would have been happy as hell to have had to come to work with David Tennant. That would have been great.
Yeah.
But they said they weren't sure if they were going to get him, and they had the record date coming up, and so they needed somebody to come in and do it anyway. So I came in and I laid it down, and but I thought, okay, if it's between me and David Tennant, I should try and sound as much like David Tennant as I can.
Okay.
And, I'm not, there's sort of two different kinds of voice actor. There's the kind of voice actor that can, at the drop of a hat, mimic anybody perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not that guy. I've got a couple of guys that I can do quite well, but I'm not that good at going, oh, David Tennant, absolutely, he sounds like this, but I'm not that guy. There are other people who can do that. I'm not that guy. So I just had to do my best.
Right.
Which is, what I did. I went back. I've seen all the show. I love the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and I Googled some of it and watched some of his episodes again and that. And then when I finally got the script, I went into it and looked at it. And the thing is, it wasn't really written like Doctor Who.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that Mitch, who wrote the episode, had never really seen Doctor Who, and decided that he was going to make it more like Doc Brown from Back to the Future, because he felt, I guess, that that was a sort of crazy doctor character that he knew, and he. I guess he figured that he would just write it that way, because again, there was no specificity coming for him to say, make it Doctor Who.
Right.
Just it was make the Doctor a sort of crazy doctor character. Go. So I don't think he ever thought about it too much.
Mm-hmm.
But then that left it with me coming across a few moments and saying, this doesn't seem quite right, that doesn't seem quite right. So I'm the one that sort of added, he wrote the Great Wickering Stallions, which is a really sort of Doc Brown kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the one who added the allons-y. I'm the one who added, I sort of put the Tennantisms into it.
Nice.
So that benefited it. And then the moment at the end with the in the actual wedding ceremony when he goes, of course, it's love that brings it together. That, is, again, trying to stay true to Tennant, but for me, the moment from Doctor Who that was like was in the "Are You My Mummy?" episode.
Yeah.
Chris Eccleston gets to the end and goes, "Everybody lives."
Nice. Yes.
And that was the inspiration for that moment.
Well, on top of that,
that kind of combination of things.
You know who he grabbed? He grabbed Rose. There you go. So somebody on the layout knew what you were doing.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like the further through production we got, I mean, it was clear to me that if it was going to be between me and David Tennant, that they were asking for a Doctor Who read. That's what they wanted. And I didn't actually know that it was going to be my voice going to air until just a couple of weeks before it came out.
Oh, okay. As much as I loved your performance, it's kind of sad they couldn't get him, right? The BBC probably put the squash on it or something. I don't know.
Or I don't know. Maybe they were happy enough with what I did that they never asked. Or
that was a very good.
There are all sorts of reasons why.
You'll never know
why that never went through, and I don't know the reason why.
Yep, we will never know.
It could be because I was brilliant. I don't know.
I think you were brilliant.
No.
I think you were brilliant.